this a new issue? What are we?
Yeah, that's included. Yes. So I want to, okay, I'll try to explain what my concern is. It appears from the resident's letter that the flow of one of our drains is actually interrupted. And so, in order to follow up on that, I just want to make a motion that we direct staff to prepare a report on that problem, the possible causes of that, and recommended actions to take, and that this report be returned to council within 2 months. It appears it's been an ongoing problem, and it's time for us to address it since it's come to our attention.
Second by Councillor Russell. Councillor Sutton.
We have, I have had Al out there looking at it, to respond to Elizabeth. I know that he's been out there many times actually. I brought that back up in 2010 and 11, and I believe that the action that has to be taken is a camera and dive. So I don't know that it hasn't, if it hasn't been done, that's fine, but I know that it has been brought out, but it hasn't been completed yet.
There's a motion on the floor, and seconded that the staff bring a report in on the drainage issues for that area. There's a time frame for that, 2 months. All in favor of that? Carried, thank you. That really wasn't part of the agenda. 7:20, we have a public meeting. A motion that we enter the public meeting for the official plan amendment and the zone amendment application to Roy Schreiber at Mona Road. Moved by Councillor Cook, second by Councillor Russell. All in favor of that? That's carried. So the public meeting is now open, dealing with our 7:20 delegation. So I would ask the planner to present this planning report, please.
Okay, this application before council is an official plan amendment and rezoning effective 7/549 Artona Road. And there's a request to basically create a lot to support a surplus farm dwelling. Council's seen a few of these in their time here. Certainly this is permitted by provincial policy, not permitted by our official plan, hence the amendments that are before council. As part of the provincial policy, we are required to zone the remnant farm parcel so that no dwelling can be constructed. There's a couple of other nuances in this one. They are asking for a 1.4 acre lot, and I think if council's reviewed the report, they see that the County of Lambton has some issues, as they always do. The minimum in our bylaw is 2 acres, and then that is in order to accommodate a private septic system. So I'm recommending to council that we increase the minimum lot area to 2 acres to satisfy the provisions of the county. Also, the county's expressed some concerns about the existing septic system, which is very common in these applications. So they weren't willing to recommend the application, but I think we put the condition on council's approval in principle that they satisfy the county and the municipality with respect to the existing septic system. We can carry on once that is done. The provincial policy statement also asks us to ensure that the proposed lot complies with the minimum distance separation for animal and livestock operations. And I've done a site inspection and it does comply. There really is no animal operations within quite a distance of this particular property. The Conservation Authority also sent in some comments. They indicate that the proposed severed lot for the non-farm dwelling is not located within the hazard, although there is hazard on the property. It's not located close to the dwelling, and there's no natural heritage issues, so they have no objection to approval of the application. Certainly Mr. Schreiber is eligible for this consent. He is involved in a farming operation with his parents, a dairy farm. They own 432 acres. This particular dwelling is access to their needs as a business, and so they're asking council to approve these official plan amendments. It's my belief that it does comply with the provincial policy, and I'm willing to recommend approval of this application to council, subject to the conditions I outlined in the recommendation section of my report.
Okay. Does the applicant have anything to add to that?
Nothing, Mr. Mayor. The design that Mr. Schreiber and I worked out, we were trying to preserve as much workable land with the farm, and obviously we pushed too far. Anyway, we'll work it out, as soon as the frost's out, we'll have inspectors out there and get the job detailed on the ground and prove to Green out of what we need to.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone from the public have any concerns or issues to severance? Questions from the public? Council members with questions? Councillor Cook?
I guess just timing, what timing you're looking at for that?
Well, my experience with Green is that I have to wait till the frost is out before she'll give an official version on it. The system apparently was done, I believe, by the dating on her report was 1990, so that's 23 years ago. So just have to wait for the frost to go, probably first part of April will be a luck, and then we'll go from there.
We'll all hope the frost comes out quickly. Any other questions? Council? Motion to close the public meeting regarding this. Councilor Russell, Mayor Haig. Any questions for that? All in favor of that? Carried, thank you. And the recommendations on page 54. Councilor Cook?
I'll move the recommendation.
Second by Councilor McGuire. Any discussion? All in favor of that? Carried, thank you. And we'll go to 6.4 is our 7:30 delegation. Lorraine? Welcome.
Thank you very much. First off, I would like to say thank you for allowing us the opportunity to speak with you tonight. And secondly, if I could be so bold as to make a request that anyone who has currently got a cell phone on, please turn it off. I am suffering immensely because of the Wi-Fi in here. And it would be really unjust to not allow me to be able to get through the presentation in a coherent manner. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. Okay, so tonight we're here to speak to the report that staff has brought forward to you tonight. At Council's request in response to a motion made at the meeting held on January 14th. After reviewing the report presented tonight, the Lakeshore Coalition wishes to strongly advise council members to refuse to accept the report brought forward as incomplete and not fully representative of all facts. Please allow me to explain. The result of Mr. Shipley's meeting with Christian Parodies at Industry Canada has not been surprising. It is apparent that Mr. Parodies will continue to toe the party line with respect to Safety Code 6 and its governance over the emissions of cell towers and antenna. We feel that this complete disregard for the municipal decision-making process is a slap in the face of municipal council. Our opinions were sought and blatantly disregarded as nonsense. Since then, we've learned that the Superior Court of Quebec has challenged the right of municipal governments to address health concerns expressed by citizens regarding federally regulated radio frequency radiation. Lawyers for the City of Châteauguay, Quebec have illustrated that Health Canada's Safety Code 6 was drafted with documentation which supports their biased opinions that non-thermal effects of radio frequency electromagnetic radiation are not harmful. Health Canada's scientist James McNamee has admitted, however, that in effect Canada does not have any regulations that govern the non-thermal effects of radio frequency electromagnetic radiation. Leaves a bit of a window open, doesn't it? So, in fact, in 2009, a statement was removed from the 1999 Safety Code 6, which reads, certain members of the general public may be more susceptible to harm